Hello. I'm coming and making this video because there's been some things that's been bothering me. And even though I'm pretty sure a lot of people's not gonna really understand where I'm coming from, I just want you to listen. Um I've been on my page, going back and forth with certain things about what's been going on, like really been going on in the world. And everyone keeps having this notion and this idea of voting, like voting's going to change something. I want to say something because I believe voting is not going to change anything. We have black mayors, senators, we had a black president. Everybody praises Obama, but the worst time of the killing of my people came in his presidency. I mean, I was seeing kids, mothers, fathers being murdered innocently every day on social media, every day, all over this country. He didn't do anything to protect us. I mean, he just danced like all of these black politicians. All that they do is get up and they dance for these white people who built this government to deliberately keep us enslaved, to make us hate each other, to rival against each other, and fold into their democracy so we can stay programmed thinking voting works, and as long as we have a black governor on the ballot or a black mayor or a black senator that we're going to have change. Let me tell you something, that's not going to work. We have a corrupt government. How can we like fall in as soldiers to a corrupt government? Nelson Mandela, he stood for something. He's like, how can a corrupt government hold me accountable for anything? They don't live up to their standards. They don't protect their people. We have people in our country that are dying and the government is taking advantage. So I wanted to throw this out there. Please take this seriously, because if you have children, how do you want to leave this world? I mean, we all have a expiration date on our lives. So we all want to leave something to contribute to the world. I want us all to use our mind and our voice. Think of something of how you can contribute to make things better. The reason why the KKK is so, I say, still around is because of the idea. There was never a figurehead for racism. It was culturally promoted. So think about that for a second. Here we had an idea that someone started that made a difference between black and white. And then it was culturally promoted, meaning everyone promoted that idea. So just think about an idea and how much power it had. The civil rights movements came from an idea. So I want you to think, here's mine. You think of yours, but here's mine. I think we need total government reform. First of all, I want to have a government that actually doesn't put anybody wealthy in office. You can't have somebody who's a politician making decisions for the lower class when he's in the higher class. That doesn't even make sense. If the lower class is the majority, shouldn't someone of the majority make the decisions for the majority? I mean, that makes sense to me. I mean, they can't even understand the needs because they're eating at different tables. How can you understand the needs of the people if you're not of the people? All because you're sworn in doesn't mean that you're going to uphold, the values of your own kind, your own people, your own blood. So what I'm saying is my idea is to have a government that, first of all, I think all politicians should have a psychiatric evaluation to see if they're even capable of being in office. They shouldn't make over a certain amount of money. Definitely shouldn't be in a rich or wealthy bracket to serve the people. That should be right out the window. Um, Real democracy where, the criminal justice system is equal for everyone, where we have a system that doesn't cater to the rich, meaning that everything that we have to fight for in this country, if we don't have the money for it, we just have to take it and take it lying down. And that's not democracy. So I do have ideas, but we all need to have ideas, to promote ideas, to push our culture, our people into the right direction. We need unity. We all need to come up with something. And first of all because people don't vote, certain religions don't vote because of the corrupt politicians, because of the corrupt government. Doesn't mean that their voices doesn't count. They live in this country too. So there should be some ways to have the people that actually live in this country have a say. So I would hope that a country would actually allow everyone to have a say, whether you vote or not. You have a say of who you want to govern over you, or to have structure in your life. So hopefully, I want to hear what people have to say concerning of how can we make this world better. Please, that voting stuff, it has to be thrown out. We need total government reform and criminal reform. And I'm just going to be honest with you. The reason why people die in this country is because the idea is always with one person that pushes it. They get behind Malcolm X. They want to get behind a civil rights leader. So when they take out that civil rights leader, the motivation, everything it stops. It dies. As a culture, we can't put a figurehead on justice, on democracy. It has to come from every person with a color like mine, or darker, lighter, but has some color in them. It has to come from us. We have to make this happen. We have to come up with ideas, and we have to promote each other and put each other in a situation where we can do the best for real change. For real change. Where it's the same for everyone. You know what I mean? An idea has to be owned by everyone. It has to be culturally promoted. We have to adopt an idea of being equal and wanting better. Damn it, if our ancestors was in their graves, they'll probably be so insulted at how we are not holding the torch up. I'm kind of disgusted myself. I have never seen so many innocent people be murdered before in my life than I've seen in the past 5 or 6 years. In my own homeland where I was born and raised, in my own country, it's putting a target. It's been a target on me since I was born, because I'm black and I'm underprivileged. So I know there's a target on you too. I know there's a target on most of us. If you black, there's a target definitely on you to keep you down. Underprivileged, poor. So I hope that when you sit back, you can honestly say, well, maybe he's right. Maybe we need to adopt an idea that we are, I wouldn't say superior, but in a lot of ways we are superior. You know what I mean? Because of our love and our kindness, we've never wanted to take over the world, and go into someone else's country and kill their people and make their country our country. I can honestly say that I don't know any account of any black, culture or culture of color. There's the Spaniards, but then again, look how close the Spaniards were. They were from Spain, not the Spanish. The Spain, Spaniards from Spain. They were invading a lot of people too, but that's not black people. I don't look at them from Spain over there, Eastern Europeans, any Europeans, as black people. We have black people over there, but they're of our color. So this is what I'm trying to say. Um, we never invaded anyone. We've always been a peaceful, loving. We've always promoted. I mean, if you've ever traveled, Jamaicans, Africans, this one of the most peaceful and loving type of culture. It's the environment and the circumstances what makes people violent and and adapt to what's going on. But generally, our culture is very peaceful, very very peaceful. So I want to promote peace. But I want things to be fair. I want things to be fair for our children. Growing up to have the same opportunities for growth. I mean? Not just putting it on social media and thinking that's the majority. No, that's not the stories y'all see online and stuff. That's not the majority of us. Those are success stories because of the odds. We all should be put in our own success stories, at least have the opportunity to. So maybe the idea is to have our own government, our own branch of the United States. Maybe we should have our own, like a civil country, a better part of America where there's actually democracy, where people can speak for the people and not just for the rich and the businesses. Everyone has to say and every man is held accountable. No man is above the law. So hopefully you can think about this. I know a lot of people won't. It's just I'm tired of seeing a lot of people lose their way with this voting. We gotta vote. we gotta vote. We gotta vote. Now we gotta we voted with Obama. What did that do? What did that do? Only thing Obama was doing, he was dancing. I'm gonna dance for these white people. He danced for them. He didn't do shit for us. So now that the things that we did have, Trump is trying to take that away from us. And you want to know, no one's fighting? Nobody's fighting. We have a corrupt president. Listen, he's in there chin checking everybody, robbing everybody. He's robbing everybody. Like that's the legal term for it. To rob somebody means to take something from someone. He's doing that. If I was to do it, I get hit with like 5-6 years. He does it. It's called the president. That in itself is disgusting. This is the country we live in. So at the end of the day, it's not about the face. It's not about the voice. It's about the idea. What if we had our own country? We made our own rules. You know what I mean? We had equality, real equality, where we promote black people first instead of last. Not all white people are bad. But in this government, in this country, United States, it's not equal here. It won't ever be equal here, no matter how many black people you vote into government positions. I'm gonna be 40 in about a week. Nothing's changed since I was born. We're still getting locked up. We're still dying. Police officers still murdering us, sicking their dogs on us, pulling us out of traffic stops. I gotta tell my neighbor community, youngins, how to dress and not to, have headphones on with their hoodies on because they don't want to sit up and get shot or get stopped by the police thinking they're just someone they're not. All I'm saying is peanut butter and jelly started with an idea. Peanut butter and jelly started with an idea. Somebody said peanut butter. Oh, peanut butter is good. Oh, jelly. Somebody must have been like, oh, that's gross. Somebody put it together and made peanut butter and jelly, like one of the iconic sandwiches in history. Peanut butter and jelly. Think about how radical that idea started. Think about how radical that idea of democracy. Think about that. How democracy started. How slavery started. All these radical, what if we could round up, go to another country and round up all of these people and make them build things for us and work for us and we feed them pig slops and all that. What if we can do that? Do you see what I'm saying? A radical idea can become reality, my idea isn't radical. All of our culture, black people uniting, standing up. Stop letting a government govern us that doesn't protect us. They use us like cattle, and we're still slaves. So my idea is for our black people to have our own culture, for us to unite, have our own culture respected, our own country, our own democracy, where everyone is treated the same. Same laws apply to everyone, rich or poor. So I just want to leave you with that. You know, think about when your expiration date comes, what are you leaving to the world? And what did you do with your voice? What did you do with your voice? Was you quiet? Did you see people get raped? Did you see people get murdered? Did you see people's children get taken away from them? People kicked out of the country? You see people wrongly incarcerated, had their lives totally flipped up for just being black? You want to know something? If you see injustice happening, and even though you're not the cause of it, you're the reason why it's happening. Because you're contributing to it. You're not doing anything to stop it. You may not be the person physically doing it, causing it, but you're not doing anything and you're seeing it happen. So you're definitely a witness, and you just turned your head. So that makes you guilty. So for everyone who sees what's going on, sees our corrupt government, thinking that I'm gonna put my faith in politics and a corrupt, how can you be so naive and gullible to think, oh, I'm gonna put my faith in a government that doesn't want me to even be alive? That sounds so stupid. You know, definition of insane is someone doing the same thing, expecting different results. So either you're watching on the sideline and ain't doing anything, which makes you just as guilty, or you're the other one. I hope this reaches the right people, so we can all share our ideas for a better life for our culture, you know, for our little ones. We're all brothers and sisters, man. You know, we all gotta want better for each other. You know, I mean, what about the ones coming up? Remember, your expiration is coming up. I mean, I'm gonna live forever. So, what do you want to leave? How do you want to? What do you want to see before you go? And that's how I'm gonna leave it.